a spring detox with birch sap. The elders consumed it every year at the end of winter. The tradition has been passed down in Scandinavian countries and is making a strong comeback in France. An organic cider producer at the Vattel farm in Manche, Christophe Bouvet, harvests this sap, also called birch water.
As part of my farm, I lease a few hectares from the Coastal Conservatory, and I have permission to harvest on these areas. It is a harvest that is certified organic and in biocohesion. Usually start harvesting in early March. Late February, early March. When the tree starts to push all the sap into the branches, we drill into the tree, insert a small tube. The tube is connected to a bottle, and we come to collect the sap every day. We can seal the entry to prevent it from dripping too much outside. The depth of the hole is a few centimeters. The important thing is to come and collect every day. If we leave the birch sap bottle in the sun for several days without collecting, it will start to ferment faster. The ideal is to keep it cool in the fridge between 0 and 4 degrees. Harvesting period lasts about 15 to 20 days. Every day, I will note the amount collected from the trees, and I can see that there is a peak in a sap flow that lasts a few days, and then it gradually calms down. Overall, it can go up to 5 liters per day, 4 to 5 liters per day, depending on the tree. You should try to choose a tree that is already quite old, around 30 years old, so as not to exhaust it too much. The key is to try to make only one collection per tree, simply. You can also plug the hole to prevent it from continuing to ooze. Otherwise, the tree will recover well. We can plug the hole with a small wooden dowel or a clay cork. This will help it heal. Otherwise, the oozing on the tree can promote diseases. The ideal is especially to do this in an area where there have been no pollutants, where there have been no illegal dump sites. So the sap after harvesting is packaged in what we call bibs, vacuum bags of 3 liters. This allows for the supply of fresh, unpasteurized sap. Sell it locally. There are people who come to pick it up directly at the farm, in local shops, and at Decimap.
Emily, an employee of the food cooperative La Croisée des Paniers, is convinced of the benefits of birch sappy detoxification.
The detox consists of taking about the equivalent of a glass every morning. So it's super convenient because, in fact, it's like a bag-in-box. You pour the birch sap into a glass upon waking, and it lasts for about 3 weeks. For the first 15 days, I found that it really tasted like water. After that, it's alive, so I found that the last week was a bit more flavorful.
For Christian Bussett, a pharmacist, the birch sap detoxification is an effective traditional practice.
Birch sap is indeed used as a detoxifier. It's a word that is no longer found in medicine today, which means that we will purify the blood, have a diuretic effect, and a very good effect on the kidneys. The end of winter, we need a detoxifying effect to eliminate as many toxins as possible that have accumulated during the winter. So we will use fresh sap. It contains a little sugar, is very rich in minerals, and therefore its preservation is not comparable to spring water.
Do not confuse birch water with birch juice made from the leaves.